gardeners, Amy here with Garden Up. Today I want to talk about soil testing. I just uncovered my huckleberries and I'm happy to say that the ones that are still alive are doing really well. I've got 3 that are a really good size, one that at least still has a couple leaves on it, and there's a couple that are definitely, I'm pretty sure, dead, but I'm not pulling them up yet. I really want to maybe fertilize in here. Either fertilize or amend the soil or do whatever I should do in order to keep these things happy and healthy. But how do I know? How do I know what I should add, how much I should add, etc.? Well, you can try to read your plants, like they'll tell you if they're hungry or thirsty or they need more of anything or less of anything. But like these plants, I'm still getting to know. I'm still learning these. I don't really know how they talk yet. And really the only way to be sure of how much to add and of what is to do a soil test. So that's what I want to talk about today, is some soil tests. Now, there are tons of soil tests out there. Some are better than others. There's the little capsules you can get in any garden center where you just do it right there at home and it'll give you the pH, or there's another one that'll read your N and your P and your K. They're all separate little capsules. But that'll at least give you a baseline. But that really doesn't tell you what to add or how much specifically. So the best way to get a full view of what's going on in your soil is to get a full out soil analysis. The easiest one that I have found to use, both to purchase and to use, is the My Soil test. It's a pack of 2 tests and a little ground tap thing. So I purchased this pack with 2 tests and a soil probe. You don't have to buy it that way. You don't have to purchase a soil probe. You could just use a shovel. That works just as well, and I'll show you how to use a shovel as well as the probe later in this video. So I thought today I would open it up and have a look at what they sent. Okay, so this is what was inside. We got the packing slip, 2 soil tests. Now you can buy these at your local garden center as well, which is the other reason I really like these tests, is they are very accessible. They're easy to find. The first place I found these was at my local conservation district office. I bought some from them, then I saw them at Northwest Seed and Pet, and then I looked them up online and just started ordering direct because I'm gonna need a lot more than 1 or 2 of these things. All right, so here's the test, what's inside. This first sheet of paper is very important. It has this barcode and a registration number right there. You're gonna need that later, okay? Then it has the envelope to send the test to their lab. Then it has its little jar. It's got liquid in here, so there's water and a little capsule of the stuff that makes the soil test activate. So do not spill that when you open it. And then it has its little measuring cup. And then there's a little tiny soil tapper. I was expecting this to be a bit bigger, not gonna lie. I thought it would at least fill the box. This is quite a bit smaller than I was anticipating, but I guess it's still deep enough. It has to get 6 inches down, and this is 7 inches long. Okay, fine, sure. We'll do this. It's so little! Collecting your soil sample. You can use one of these, or you can use a hand trowel or whatnot, but the important thing is that you get the soil at least 6 inches deep, because the stuff right at the surface isn't going to be the same as 6 inches down, and the plant's roots are at least that deep. So that's where you want to go to. And you want to collect soil from 5 to 7 separate locations within your desired testing area. So I'm actually going to test right around each plant, because I have 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. I have 6 plants that are still in the ground that I want to test. Now they're going to mix together and you're going to get like an average, but that's kind of the point. So how I do this is I collect my samples and I put my samples in the box. This is how you do it if you don't have one of those fancy probes. Just pull the topsoil back, dig a hole 6 inches, and collect your sample. You will want to make sure that your tools are clean and not covered with, things from other beds or other landscapes. And just fill back in the hole. Move the mulch aside. Ooh, I've got some mycelium going there and everything. That's awesome. Put the probe right down in there, twist a bit, and pull it up. Now, I have soil. This is probably only about 5 inches. I want to take the soil on top and just put it back. And the soil that was down to a depth of 6 inches is going to go in the box. Now I'm going to do the same thing in all the other spots. These pine needles are coming in handy. Okay. Just going to put this stuff right back. This box. So here's one that's I'm pretty sure is dead. Try this one. This is another one that's dead. So here's the plant. I will say, with the end being this tiny, it's hard to get the sample that you want out. So, like, thank goodness I haven't cleaned up and there's still pine needles here. I'm not sure how I would get it out without those. Okay, and we've got one more huckleberry over here. Look at this happy huckleberry! Isn't that so nice? Okay, so the next is you mix the soil together. And you can take out any large chunks of organic matter or plant material. Some small bits are okay, but you want to have enough to fill this little capsule, this little measuring cup. And that is like just barely enough, it looks like. I'll try to pour this in. If I miss any though, I'm not gonna have enough. Yeah, I still need some more. So that was with 7 samples out of this thing. Things like this make me wonder if the people that design these things ever actually use them. Okay, so to the My Soil testers, this needs to be bigger so that 6 to 8 probes is actually enough to fill your little capsule. Just saying. So let's undo that. Let's take a couple more probes. We'll go from the same places. Oh! Look at that, it's spread! This one's so happy it's spreading by the roots. Oh, how exciting! Oh, that's wonderful. See, and a lot of the stuff in this was mulch to begin with. That doesn't need to go into the sample. There. Ha! There, level. Okay. Now we take this and we put it into that jar of liquid. They call it DI water and nutrient absorbing capsule. So it's sealed. Okay, that's how you know it's not been tampered with or anything. There. Okay. Okay. And you very simply pour it in. Tightly secure lid. Do not dump out the water. Okay, it's already measured. They want exactly that amount of water with exactly that amount of soil. Then you simply take this and you mail it to their lab. You put it in their already postage paid envelope. This was part of the price you already paid when you bought the test. It was for the postage. And you just drop that in the mail. Easy peasy. And then your results will be emailed to you really quickly, in my experience. They usually send the results within a few days after they receive the sample. Now let's register our kit online. A couple more quick tips. One, keep this piece of paper with the registration number on it. And what I do is I write down on this piece of paper exactly what this test was. So in this case, I'm going to put it was my huckleberry bed tested on today's date. The second tip is this is totally a good measuring cup. You can use this for other fertilizers now rather than just throwing it away. The rest of it, the box and everything, is just, it gets thrown away. So there's a little bit of trash involved with this, but not too bad. All right, so now we're going to register our kit. There's this handy QR code. So I'm just going to open my phone's camera, scan the QR code, tap the website. Now if you don't have an account, you'll need to make one. But I can just sign in because I already have one. I've done several of these kits already, right? And so I can view all of them right here. They're all completed. So I'm going to go register a new kit. Kit registration number is the number under the barcode right here. And then they want you to re-enter it just in case you screw it up the first time. Today's date. Description. So this is going to be my huckleberry bed. Select sample type. Now this one's really important. You can select vegetable garden, ornamental, lawn and turf, trees, etc. What are you trying to grow? For this particular bed, I'm going to select blueberries, azaleas, and rhododendrons because huckleberries need high acidity. They need a really low pH, which is a very acidic soil. So that's why that is an option. And then small, 0 to 50 square feet. It's more like 1 to 200 square feet. So we're going to go medium, 50 to 250 square feet. And then if the sample address is different than the user profile, you can click here. In this case, it's not because it's my property, not one of my clients. And then I register kit. Easy peasy. Please allow 6 to 9 days for the results to be posted. That's because it takes a few days to ship it, and then it takes them a couple of days to process it. So I'll be back in about a week, which is going to be no time at all for you guys. Okay, so it's been about a week. I got my soil test results back. I have an email that confirms this, and so I just click the link right here. All right, it takes me to the My Soil website. I just have to log in. And here are all of the soil tests that I've done so far. Mine, Amy's huckleberry bed, is right here. And right away, you might see something missing. I have almost no nitrogen, like at all. My soil is almost completely deficient in nitrogen. I never would have guessed that. The plants are not exhibiting symptoms of a nitrogen deficiency. Also, my pH is a little high for a huckleberry bed. So my pH is 6.53. I love that it puts optimal range. These two green lines here are the optimal range, but it also spells it out over here on the chart on the right. So optimal range is 4.5 to 5.5, and this is for a blueberry, azalea, and rhododendron bed, which is close enough of a relative and growing conditions for huckleberries. So I need to bring down my pH, so I can do that with an acidifier. And I need to bring up my nitrogen. My nitrogen is incredibly low. But phosphorus and potassium are actually quite high. So I have to be very careful about what kind of fertilizer I use, because putting in too much is, one, it's going to be a waste, and two, it might just leach into other places where it doesn't need to be. So what's really cool about this is that if you scroll down a little bit, it makes recommendations for what fertilizer you should use, and it has synthetic or organic. And if you click on it, it'll actually open up Amazon or some other link and tell you exactly what fertilizer you need to buy. And so I went to Northwest Seed and Pet and I bought this fertilizer. It's a down to earth brand. and I'm gonna go put it on now. So here we are next to a huckleberry. There is a very healthy, happy huckleberry down here, but it's obviously missing some nitrogen. So let's add some. Application rates 2.5 cups, or about 1 pound. 2 to 4 pounds per 100 square feet. And this is a 4-pound box, and this is a little over 100 square feet. So we're just gonna spread the whole thing kind of throughout here as it's needed. And what I mean by that is I still need to finish cleaning this up and weeding it and stuff, so I'm not gonna apply all of this today. So what's in the box is a bag of delicious feather meal. What's really cool about this is it's all nitrogen. There's no phosphorus or potassium in this bag at all. So if you're low on nitrogen, that would be a very good thing to try. Yeah, yeah. Baby is playing music. So I'm just going to apply where it's important, which is right around the plants that I'm worried about, and scuff it into the soil a little bit. It has a very earthy smell to it. Just like that. That's it. If you can go all the way around the plant, go ahead and do it, but I don't want to mess with my time too much. I'm going to do that to all of my huckleberries, and then I'm done. I went ahead and bought a professional kit of this. What it is it's 12 tests in one box, just because I will be doing a lot of these in the coming year. So I thought it would be more efficient, less waste for one thing. It comes with one sheet that has all the codes on the back. You're going to have to match up the codes, so that's going to be interesting. But it comes with 12 of the little water capsules, 3 of the measuring cups, and 12 of the return address envelopes. It was a little bit cheaper than just buying 12 tests, but not very much. But really for me it was convenience and less packaging. I'm gonna have to throw a lot less away this way. And this is all cardboard. There's not as much of that thin pressboard stuff that's shiny and doesn't recycle well. So this is, I think, a much better purchase if you're going to be doing a lot of these. And I don't think they go bad, so, you know, keep it. Why not? It'll last a few years at least. So that's my latest investment, is 12 of these, so that I can just have them on hand for whenever I need to do one for a client. So thanks for watching this video, everybody. I hope it was valuable to you and you learned something. If you liked it, please tell me by hitting the like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe so you'll get more gardening content in your video feed every week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the garden.